All right, what's going on, everyone? Chris Chef Sports Cards here. We are doing 2022 Triple E quarter case break at number 38. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Especially for anybody who's new to the channel, welcome. Bit about us, we've been around for over 6 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading, and we ship as quickly as our little hands can move. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. eBay continues to run their sweepstakes. No purchase necessary there. Go to... Excuse me. I'm choking on my cough drop. Sorry. Go to any of our eBay listings. Sorry about that. Look in the description. There's a link. Click on that. Follow the link. Fill it out. Do whatever you got to do. And maybe some free cards will show up at your house. And then, of course, finally, chefsportscards.com, our little tiny slice of the World Wide Web. We got a bunch of breaks up over there right now. Some Topps Chrome Platinum, some Bowman, some Stadium Club. And Bowman Mega, I'm hoping by tomorrow I'll have confirmation on it. We're not going to be able to sell Bowman Mega this year on eBay because of the ban on retail, so it'll all be on the website. So as soon as I have confirmation on exactly what we're receiving, we'll get those posted up there. They're supposed to be out on Wednesday. I would have thought we'd have had them by now, but with the holiday, it might have backed things up some. So as soon as we know, we'll get those posted. Yeah, now I'm not under the weather. Just I get really bad allergies in the spring, and I never had allergies before until maybe like 5-6 years ago, and it feels like every year they get worse. And I don't do good with allergy medication. Like, it makes me really loopy. So I just kind of tough it out, because I actually feel worse when I take allergy medicine. So that's usually what it is. So I'm always like coughing, and my voice is always going, and I don't know, man. I went like the first 45 years of my life without allergies, and now I'm like, I go outside and mow the lawn, and I have to be like put in a hospital. It's the worst. All right, let's go over the teams. D-backs, Daniel B. Braves, Ron E. Orioles, Massey C. Red Sox, Fran G. Cubs and White Sox, Ron E. Reds, Stephen M. Guardians and Rockies, Anthony M. Tigers and Royals, Ricky V. Astros, Ron E. Angels, Ricky V. Dodgers, Fran G. Brewers, Spencer S. Twins, Matthew B. Marlins, Anthony M. Mets, Fran G. Yankees, Stephen M. A's, Anthony M. Phillies and Pirates, Fran G. Cardinals, Josh F. Padres, Matthew B. Giants, Rob B. Mariners, Matthew B. Rays, Stephen M. Rangers, Nathan G. Blue Jays and Nationals, Rob B. And the DPL is Matthew B. You know, the weird thing is, when I was younger, I had some issues with drugs and alcohol and stuff. Illicit drugs, I was always fine with, but anything I take that's like over the counter, and I've tried them all, they make me so loopy. Like, I don't know what it is. Even like the non-drowsy stuff messes me up. So I just tough it out. And some days are better than others, you know? I don't know why like, whatever my physical makeup is, I just don't do good with like prescription or over the counter medication for some reason. I don't know what it is. I had a cold a couple years ago, and my wife talked me into taking like Dayquil, and I tell you, I take stuff like that, I actually feel worse. I'd rather just tough out the cold or flu, you know? I don't know what it is. Because then I always get people who are like, oh, well, you should try Claritin, or you should try Allegra, or you should try. I'm like, I've tried them all, and I feel like garbage on all of them. So I'd rather, have a scratchy throat and sneeze and cough and whatever. But all right, Gavin Cross to $9.99. Kevin Parada to $4.99 for the Mets. First up for the Mets, Blade Tidwell. Watching Tennessee win the SEC tournament today. Going into the College World Series, the number 1 seed. Herman Ramirez for the DPL for Matthew. Yeah, that's Ron, you're absolutely right, buddy. Everybody's got an answer. And my wife, God, I hope she hears that. She and I got into a fight so bad one time. My wife has this thing for flowers. She loves flowers around the house. And I told her, like, you are killing me with these flowers. And her answer was, we should take medication. I'm like, excuse me? Like, that was her answer. Junior Caminero, 25 of 37 for Tampa Bay. I was just like, so that's your answer. Not you'll cut back on the flowers for me. Just drug me up. Alex Freeland to 349. For Atlanta, Justin Henry Malloy, future thread relegata. Candles, yeah, I don't do good with any of that stuff. Candles, incense, spray like Febreze spray, that type of stuff. Oh, there are times my wife is big into all that stuff. Jared McKenzie from the Nationals, like there are times I walk in my house, I'm just like, I can't breathe. It's like, I'm just like, oh my God, what is that? And she'd be like, oh, that's the new candles I got from. I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're killing me. She doesn't care. Yeah, she might be, Ron. I wouldn't. I would not. Yes, I would agree with that. Probably. $4.99. Usually, when the person you love, they say, "Hey, this is killing me," you do something about it. No. Kumar Rocker in Texas, $9.99. Nick Biddison. The other thing is too, from my voice, some of the medications I have to take because of my other problem that I have is sometimes screws my voice up too. Like my vocal cords get a little weird sometimes. Jacob Berry, because I have a neurological, I have Parkinson's disease, so some of the medications I take do like numbers on my throat too sometimes. So that kind of probably makes me sound off sometimes too. Cutter Coffee for Boston. All right, Jacob Berry to 212 for Miami. For Anthony. Take 3 allergy pills a day. Yeah, that's a lot, dude. I would be like on the floor. J.R. Ritchie on card to 76 aspiration die cut. They're like, I think it must be the antihistamines that do something to me. Like they make me feel so dried out. Like I don't know. I can't stand it. I'd rather just be sick. Spencer Miles. Now, if there was, I'm sure now I'm almost 20 years sober now, but I'm sure if there was an illicit substance out there that, took care of allergies, I'd be just fine with that. Brandon Boissier, future threads, relic for the Nationals. Well, that's like, what's the stuff that people take to go to sleep? Like the Tylenol PM stuff. Oh my God, I tried that stuff one time. It was the worst. Gavin Cross. Because apparently that's really all that's in those, from what I understand. It's just like Tylenol with like cold medicine in it or antihistamine or whatever. And I tried it one time and I didn't go to sleep and I just laid awake and felt horrible. Wow, there's a lot of cards in this pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is there so many cards in here? Okay, let's see. Angel Feliz to $2.99. This is like a double pack. Parker Messick to $4.99. Trevor Martin for Tampa Bay. For Steven. Drew Gilbert for Houston on card. Sudafed, yeah. Yeah. It's restless leg. Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's crazy. Then I hear people talk about like Ativan and stuff like that. I don't think I've ever had Ativan. Not 30 of 185. But I don't think I would do well with that stuff at all when you hear the stories people tell about it. Connor Prelip to 299. Jesus Galiz to 349. Nick Morabito, 17 of 83 for New York. And for Fran, and Juan Sanchez. Justin Crawford. All right, box number 2. It's one of the reasons I got an equalizer too, because sometimes I used to just use like the microphone in my camera, and a few times I heard myself, and I was like, "Oh man, I sound terrible." At least if I can put it through an equalizer, I can try and make it sound a little better. All right, Lipscomb to 195 for Cleveland. Owen Murphy to 349 for Atlanta. Brandon Birdsell for the Cubbies. For Ron. For the Phillies, Justin Crawford. Future Threads. For Fran. And Sal Frelick. Well, NyQuil used to be good back when it was like 25% alcohol. That's when it was the good stuff back in like the 80s and 90s. Now, who knows what they put in there. Junior Caminero to $4.99. Spencer Jones to $9.99 for the Yankees. Troy Melton for Detroit. For Ricky. And number 2, 72 of 99, Matt McLean, a college ticket for the Reds. For Steven. And Connor Prelip. Parker Messick to $2.99 for Cleveland. For Atlanta, Blake Burkhalter to $4.99. For Tampa Bay, Xavier Isaac, 166 of 240 on card. Sudafed. When I was getting sober in my younger years, I was in 54 of 199 Future Threads. I was in this men's group that was, it was an addiction counseling thing. And there was a guy who was in there who was addicted to dexamethasone, like robo tripping. Seattle, Walter Ford, Optichrome. That guy used to like pound like 20 bottles of Robitussin a day. He was no joke, too. Oh. Yeah, there's a way to get high. People find it out there. Carson Wisenhunt to 146 for San Francisco. We have a redemption coming up. Andrew Morris for Minnesota to $4.99. There's the Victor Scott for the Cardinals. Nice one there. For Josh. Yeah. Between that, Robitussin, and then of course the other stuff like the other cold medicine. It's the like Sudafed and stuff. They use that to make meth because it has ephedrine in it. That's why you have to like get it from behind the counter, get someone to unlock it for you. All right, let's see if we can see the tiniest little. All right, Elite Extra Edition Prospect Material Signatures card number 2 of Taj Bradley. Let's see, get it to focus. These things are so small. Like, there he is, Taj Bradley for Tampa for Steven. It's weird that there's a redemption. We've pulled Taj Bradley Prospect Material Signatures live out of here. Didn't have enough. Yeah, that stuff's supposed to be really hard to sober up from too. It's pretty brutal. Andrew Taylor to $9.99 for Houston. Ben Joyce for the Angels to $3.49, and another Ben Joyce autograph this time. And number to 25, Mikey Romero, Optichrome auto. 6 of 25 for Boston. For Fran. Yeah, so if you go online to, in this case, Panini America, you start an account and there's a section for redemptions. What happens is you scratch this off and they'll give you a code under there. You put in the code, and then when they have the card, they'll send it to you. Now, there are expiration dates, like these expire in like 2 months, but to be honest with you, Panini's always been good about kind of filling them, and Topps just announced that they're going to do a 10-year. They're gonna from 2021 on, anything is going to be good for 10 years to send it in. Now, the only problem is you have to wait on the auto. Sometimes they have them and they send them right out. Sometimes the guy hasn't signed and you can wait years sometimes to get them. So, ever since Fanatics took over Topps, they seem to be much better with redemptions. Panini claims they're getting better, although I still have dozens of ones from Panini. Most of them aren't worth much, but I still have a lot with Panini that have never been filled. So, Dombrowski to $235. Yeah, it's a card I owe you. Yeah. Gabriel Rincones to $4.99. And the crazy part of it is a lot of people have tried to sue him over this because they also reserve the right to send you a replacement after time. Wobin Cho for the Cardinals. So, hypothetically, let's say you get a Jeter auto and it's a redemption and you put it in. Now, I'm not saying this would happen, but just hypothetically. After 4 months or 6 months' time, whatever they have it set to these days, if they haven't gotten it, they can send you a replacement that's supposed to be of equal value. But Tampa Bay Dominic Keegan. Now, you can also say you don't want a replacement. You can, wait it out. I've waited out years for certain cards. So, Justin Crawford. It does seem like Topps has a lot less redemptions in the past year or so. I don't know that everyone agrees with that, but it feels to me like there are a lot less recently. So, Snelling to $2.99. And the problem, especially with Topps $3.49, is, it says on the box, guaranteed 2 autographs. Let's say you get one and you get a redemption, and that redemption never gets filled. Technically, you never got your, that's why people have tried to sue them and stuff in the past. This has never worked. For the Angels, Ben Joyce again. So, and once you have an account, you have to, it takes like 2 minutes to open an account with these guys. You do the same with Tops. You go to their website, open an account, Justin Crawford Future Threads. Then there's always a record in there of it. So if you have, like, if you put one in and they haven't filled it, it's considered an open redemption, and it'll be in there on your account page. Once it's closed, it'll still be on in there under closed. So it'll, you can go back and make sure you got, or so on and so forth. So, I feel in the last year or two it has gotten better, but it's still, it's still a pain in the ass. Xavier Isaac to 122 for the Rays. Mule to 499 for the Cubbies. Rincones on card for the Phils for Fran. And for the Cardinals, Max Rajic, Hidden Gems auto. There are some guys who are better about signing than others. Usually you'll kind of see it. Sometimes a hot rookie, Jordan Beck college ticket, some will get, some they won't, just because they're asking the guy to sign so much, But usually a guy, if he's really valuable, you'll get the card eventually. Usually, hopefully you don't wait too long. But, a 6 month to a year wait is not unusual for the card. Kasevich to 499. Now, the other thing is you can sell redemptions just as easily as you sell a card. Michael Kennedy for Pittsburgh. Ooh, what do you got here? Nice Reggie Crawford for San Francisco. 21 of 92 on the aspirations die cut for Rob. So you can go on eBay and post the card just like this, unscratched, and people buy them all the time. So usually they'll pay a little less for the redemption. If it was, say a card that would normally sell for 100, maybe you'll sell it for 80, because they're paying for the aggravation of dealing with the redemption. So it doesn't usually get quite as much, but Jace Jung, first round material. Because I know a lot of people who do that, who don't want to deal with redemptions at all. They just sell them. Tucker Toman, Optichrome. All right, last pack of box 3. Out of Ben Joyce tonight. Ben Joyce to 220. Dal Joseph to 499 for the DPL. Dalton Rogers for Boston, numbered 43 of 51. What was it? Because the acetaminophen, no, not the acetaminophen, the epinephrine is usually the reason why, or the whatever the upper ingredient is in it. Owen Kellington for the Pirates. I don't know. I was never really I never really know a lot about meth, but they get people to go out and buy those boxes like to travel all over so they can make it. Pirates is Fran and Elijah Green. All right, box number 4. So, for you guys, I know a few of you are in them already. The pick your team breaks that are up on the website right now, if they don't sell out in the next day or so, we're going to break them on Wednesday night. I was going to do Tuesday. We're going to do Wednesday instead. We'll post the last few teams on eBay. So I'll, of course, send out an email, let you guys know. Doing Lasco to 122. And Dal Joseph to 499 for the DPL. For Texas, Dustin Harris, Prospect Materials. For Nathan. So most likely that would be Top Scrum Platinum and Bowman that night. Josh White for Miami. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, yeah, things are so. I mean, and rightfully, I understand why, because people will take advantage and do whatever they will with it, it's meth, especially, is some nasty stuff, man. They put crazy stuff in that. There was this insane documentary on HBO, had to be 25 years ago. I'll never forget what it was about. It was like, meth in America or this or that or whatever. Owen Kirkring to 104 for the Phillies. And they were interviewing all these guys like in the Midwest and like Missouri and stuff, these bikers who were in prison for life for, selling and making crank and stuff like that. And I remember this one guy, he was like 60 years old, big, beefy, Harley dude with the big, like white beard. And he was telling a story of how, I don't know why, I'll never forget this. Ryan Cermak. Is that not numbered? I feel like that should be numbered. That's so weird. Huh. Decade die cut. And he tells this story about how he used to make meth and he would make it in 55-gallon drums, like big oil drums. And he would drink Budweiser cans and drop the cans into the mix because there's aluminum in that. And he told this whole story about how he'd have strippers and this and that. Like it was, he was like old school, this dude. Dylan Lesko of the Padres. Yeah. God, what was the name of that documentary? I used to tell people all the time to watch, and people wouldn't. They would just be like, "That was the craziest thing I've ever seen." Jordan Beck, College Ticket. I think there's a bit of a better method now, especially since Breaking Bad, But that old school biker crank they used to make was that stuff was hardcore. Bryson Mounts to 10, 4 of 10 for the Cardinals. For Josh. Max Wagner to 499. Yeltsin Morabel for Texas. They would fill coolers, ammonia, so we had to take the hoses out. Really? Oh, wow. It's amazing, isn't it? Kevin Parada on card for the Metsies. Like I said, if it's out there, someone will figure out how to get high off it. That's for sure. Believe me, I had a time like that in my life. Michael Kennedy. Don't do drugs, kids. It's bad. Bad for you. Richard Maddock to 349. Andy Rodriguez to 999. Another Xavier Isaac. Wow. To 240. 196 of 240 for Tampa. For Steven. And Cam Collier, Future Threads for Cincinnati. Well, here in this part of the country, and I'm sure it's this way everywhere, but like here, you could just go to like your local gas stations and half the stuff they sell behind the counter you can get whacked off of. What was it? I was just reading an article recently about something new in the past few years that they've been selling in gas stations that people are all addicted to and everything. What was that stuff? We used to buy these white crosses when I was younger. I mean, it was basically just speed, and you bought them at the 7-Eleven. Blake Burkholder to 204. Man, what was that stuff they were talking about? I forget. Ryan Jennings to 499. Michael Knorr for Houston on card. Demetrio Cristantes for Arizona. Hidden Gems auto for Daniel. And Matt McLean college ticket. No, it wasn't noticed. It's something new. Gosh. No, this stuff was like really like people were using it to like get off of heroin and stuff, but like as a replacement for like opiates. God, I just read a whole article about it like a month ago. I can't remember what the name of it was. And they were saying that people were actually having success of like stopping using opiates by using this stuff, but then they were getting even more hooked on this stuff. And they were buying it in like gas stations. I can't think of the name of it. One woman was telling her story. I felt horrible for her, man. It's terrible. It sucks to go through. Yarlin Soto to $2.99 for the DPL. Dylan Lesko to $4.99. And Cade Dowdy, college ticket. Gold college ticket number 87 of 99. Old Cade, I believe, is Toronto. Should be Rob. For Kansas City, Carter Jensen, Hidden Gems auto. And Brenner Cox. Demi to $9.99 for the DPL. Reitzelman to $3.49. Yosmiel Ramirez for the DPL on the Relic Auto. Tyler Schweitzer for the White Sox. Going to Ron. And Jonathan Cannon, college ticket. Steven Zobak to $4.99. Nate Furman to $9.99. Noah Dean for Boston. Fran. And Mikey Romero also for Boston on the Future Threads. I feel like we've had a ton of Mikey Romero. There's an Optichrome one too. De La Cruz to $125 for the DPL. Williams to $9.99 for the Padres. Zobak for Kansas City for Ricky. And for Oakland on card, Henry Bolte for Anthony. And Gavin Cross, college ticket. A little thicky on the bottom here for the last pack. Last pack. I think we got another gold. All right, Nate Furman to $176 for Cleveland. Richard Maddock to $4.99 for the DPL. And numbered 1 of 10, Jacob Berry college ticket, gold. 1 of 10 for the Marlins. Anthony, there you go, buddy. Nice one. Nice Jacob Berry. Owen Murphy, Future Threads for Atlanta. Excuse me. And the last card, Caden Wallace, college ticket. All righty, that is going to do it. I want to thank everyone for joining me this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without y'all, and I do truly appreciate it. If you're not in any of our other breaks tonight, please stay safe, stay healthy out there. We will be definitely back Wednesday with some website breaks. Of course, if you go over and buy a spot in any of our Pick Your Team breaks, they're going to be Wednesday. And if we fill anything else, the other randoms will be on for those too. Other eBay stuff will be back Thursday through Sunday next weekend. So come and check us out if you can. Otherwise, please stay safe, stay healthy out there. And bear with me for a sec while I put this hit recap together. All right, folks. Hit recap for 2022 Triple E quarter case break number 38. Start with the relics. Base relics of Boissiere, Barry, Crawford again, Jung, Collier, Lesko, Romero, and Murphy. Dylan Lesko to 199 for the Padres. Relic autos of Justin Henry, Malloy for Atlanta, Wobin Cho for St. Louis, Dustin Harris for Texas, and Yosmel Ramirez for the DPL. Base autos. White, Morabel, Parada, Bolte, Zobak, Dean, Schweitzer, Jensen, Cristantes, Noor, Rajic, Rincones, Joyce, and Keegan. More Joyce, Melton, Birdsell, Sanchez, Martin, Miles, Biddison, Ramirez, McKenzie, Tidwell, Kellington, Cermak. That guy should be over there. Those are all basey base. Numbered autographs. We actually had a bunch of numbered tonight. All right, Xavier Isaac to 240. Dalton Rogers to 51 for Boston. The Taj Bradley, I don't know what it's numbered to, but it's in there anyway. Mikey Romero to 25 for Boston. Victor Scott. No, that one's not numbered. All right, that's where I messed up. Xavier Isaac to 240. Drew Gilbert to 185. Really nice Reggie Crawford to 92. Nick Morabito to 63, J.R. Ritchie to 76, Matt McLean to 99, Cade Doughty to 99, and the Jacob Berry to 10 for the Marlins. All right, folks, again, thanks so much for joining me. We will be back in about 5 minutes with archives. Have a great night. Take care. Bye.